Hello. Another little job that I've got to get onto is this is the time of year where you notice that your batteries in the summer, obviously we've got 8 or 10 hours of solar every day, plenty of wind, so even if you've got a bad battery or a bad cell on a battery, you don't tend to notice because you're taking in so much charge, and that's why we've done the radiator towel rail previous video. Because when the batteries are overcharging, it's now going into that and giving us some extra heat. Now we're in the middle of December, we're the other end of the spectrum, so we're only getting probably 4 hours of not particularly good light a day. It has been windy, but at the minute it's still. So if you've got a bad battery, which I think I probably have, the voltage is dropping. So we've got to do everything we can to make sure that we get as much of the charge into the batteries as possible. So we've got 12.1 on there, so obviously 12 volt system, 12.1 sounds fine. I'm normally running at 12.4 or 12.6, so there's a little bit of a drop, which normally indicates a dodgy battery. So my system's a standard 12 volt system, so we've got batteries wired in series, positive to positive, negative to negative. We've got 2, 4, 6, 7 on. I've just bought 2 new ones, so these 2 are new. As you can see by the dates on them ones, January 2020, they're only 12 months old, so the suspects are those 2 at the end. Now, it don't always mean older batteries are the shit ones, because I've had brand new batteries that don't work, but that's your first point of call. So I've got everything I need, cup of char, got my bits and pieces, so we're going to start soldering these up. Solder the wires first, you can see that, and we get right into here. So we soldered up each end, load of solder in these tips, and now what I do is, just to be doubly sure, put them on there like that. And they're good and secure. So only another 8 of them to do. Now I did have someone email me and ask me what the score was with the tattoos, and basically I ran a tattoo shop for 20 years and done tattooing for 20 years, and that's why I've ended up with a load of tattoos all over me. But one of the things I used to do when I first started as an apprentice is sold the needles up in the dark old days before you could buy them, and that was basically my job, was cleaning and soldering needles up. So I got quite good at it, but like all skills, it's something you need to practice, otherwise you lose that ability. So we're now fitting these new wires that I've made today, and hopefully we can get the voltage back up. So a lot of people ask me what I do in the evenings, because I haven't got a television, and what I do to amuse myself. And as you can see, most evenings we spend preparing stuff, or reading something up about how to repair something, or getting ready to repair something the day after. So I ain't got a lot of time for televisions, but thank God for YouTube, so I can research how to get my voltage back. Now one of the problems you have is with a system like this is once the batteries go down to a certain voltage, if they go under 12 volts, even if the batteries are really good, it takes a hell of a lot to get them all back up, all 7 batteries back up to the level you need them at. So what I've had to do is put the generator on and put a charger on here, and I'm just going to run that for a few hours just to boost them up a little bit to get them back up to the level I need them at. And hopefully with a few repairs and some new leads, and I've got 2 new batteries on, we should be back to normal. Okay, so this is my winter battery check. So as you can see, I've got all dates on these, so you can check what your oldest batteries to what your newest batteries are, and that'll give you a clue on what may be the problem. We've checked all these connecting wires, and I've redone and soldered up all these, so they're all got a good connection. All the battery terminals are tight. That's another thing that I've found out over the years will soon give you a false reading. This has all been insulated, this box, just to keep the cold out, and the batteries are off the floor as well. That's another one that I've had batteries sat on a concrete floor and they've died within a couple of months. So these are your basic bits and pieces to remember if you're relying on battery power like what I am. So the trouble with running a system like what I do is, if you have one cell goes down in one battery, the whole system will only charge to that point. It won't go over that bad cell. So when you're running 7 batteries in series and one goes down, sometimes it's really difficult to work out which one, and I spend bloody days disconnecting one, reconnecting, charging and messing around. But I think I've got on top of it now, so I'm going to leave the generator running for a few hours, get my levels up to where they need to be, and then we'll check it all again tomorrow. So yeah, it's boring winter maintenance stuff at the minute, but thanks for watching the video. Hope it's been a little bit informative to some people. Anyway, take care, we'll catch you on the next one.
And she's back.